Hello, all you lovely people of YouTube. This is Rip4, and welcome to. I forgot to say it again. I still gotta get used to it, apparently. Hello, all you lovely people of YouTube and Spotify. This is Rip4, and welcome to another episode of Rip's Talk Show. I'm your host, Rip, and I'm, here to talk. The name's in the series, show, whatever you would like to call it. We have a fun time here. At least, I'd like to think we do. I gotta say, there's a few things I would like to talk about, if I can be heard. I'm going to make sure that is the case in just a moment. Because imagine if I was doing this and I could not be heard. That would be horrible and horrifying. Other adjectives that could help us out in these endeavors. As you can see, I'm having a bit of fun with this one. If you're watching on YouTube, the background footage is Minecraft. Specifically, Xbox One Edition. I don't mean Bedrock, I do legitimately mean the Legacy Console Xbox One Edition. However, it is not the recent, what do you call that? The most recent source code leak. This is just straight up Minecraft. I'm playing it on an Xbox One. So, anyway, I have a few things that I would like to talk about with all of you. First of all, a silly little game I play called Warframe. I've been playing that a lot more often, and I gotta say, it's been fun. I've been enjoying it very, very much. And, well, recently, or as recent as yesterday for me, 2 days ago, as of this episode coming out, a new update came out with a new frame, Folly. I don't really know anything about her. However, this weekend, I am planning to just grind out the materials needed to unlock her. Just because new frame, interesting. I want to get into the swing of things immediately. Just why not? I think it'd be interesting. I don't know. There's also a few other things. I know how I chat about like F1 races the week after they happen, and that will happen next week. However, that will not happen for a few weeks after next week because there's just not going to be a few weeks. There's just going to be a few week periods where there's not races because they all got canceled, which is a shame because I love watching F1. And so the fact that they've been canceled makes me sad. But what you gonna do about it, you know? I doubt anyone comes here to listen to my F1 like rundowns and takes. I like watching F1 though. Speaking of like my just like things that I watch and then things that I like, Star Wars. I like Star Wars, and I watch a lot of Star Wars. There is a Star Wars show coming out soon. At least I think it's coming out soon, which is Maul Shadow Lord. Which is very exciting because I think Darth Maul is a very interesting villain, and I just think it'll be interesting. Nothing much else to that statement, actually. It's just I think the show will be interesting. And I hope whoever watches it enjoys it. I know I certainly will. There's a lot of questions I have about it, but like as of right now, what's gonna go happen? I don't know, and I'm kind of glad I don't. Anything could happen. Any character could show up. A lot of people are thinking Darth Vader's gonna show up, which explains why Maul is fearful of Vader in Rebels, which makes sense to me. I'd say. Does it make sense to you though? Let me know. And if you don't care about my Star Wars blabberings, let me know. Will they stop? Probably not. But I'd like to hear your opinion anyway. So as I said, let me know. Just because why not? I'd like to think we're having a good time here. At least I'm having a good time. If you're not, well, that's a shame. Because I am. Does that mean you should have a good time? Nah. You can do whatever you want. But I'm having a good time, and that's what matters, I guess. But good times are also subjective. I keep asking this question. I'm going to ask it in polls if I don't get any answers on this episode. I doubt anyone will listen to this episode, but I still want to ask. And that's not me being like pessimistic about people listening. That's just a factual thing. I don't get any views on the podcast, so I know no one's listening. This is all basically just for myself to blabber on, get my thoughts out of my head. And if someone listens, hey, they listen, you know. That's not me like throwing shade. I'm just pointing out that just no one listens, and like that's okay. They don't gotta listen. It's not like I'm gotta like I don't know a weapon, and I'm like listen now, and they're like no. I'll be like okay. I'm making a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of no sense. But that's okay. Because, I don't know, it just is. It is okay. Some may even say it's alright. It's okay to be unusual. As long as you're having a good time, that's what matters. Anyway, the whole point of my statement, I got off track just because I'm silly. I have game ideas on what to cover for the channel because I like doing things for all of you. So I want your opinion on what you want to see. It's about a game to pick up for specifically to play for the channel. And like I got 3 options that I've thought of. And then there's more that you could suggest if you are wanting to suggest. Option A, Star Wars Republic Commandos. Option B, Undertale. The Xbox port. So that means no special boss fight like on the Nintendo Switch. No donating your gold to a shrine like on PlayStation. You'd be getting just gambling. But not actual gambling because it's Undertale. But the Xbox One has like actual like gambling, but not actual gambling, but like you get what I'm saying. It's not real gambling, but like it exists is what I'm saying. That's what it is. It's a thing that exists. and it's silly. Also, I realize with me playing the Xbox One edition, this has nothing to do with like the actual podcast, but me playing Minecraft Xbox One edition for the background footage, I just realized I don't have access to blocks that I usually use for my build palettes now, because as of recent, because I still play Minecraft, um, I use a lot of deep slate for my Minecraft builds because I think it looks nice. And so I just don't have access to that by playing on this version of the game. And you know what? That is okay. I think it is a-okay. Because at the end of the day, we're just having a good time. Oh, I could blabber on and on about my enjoyment of these games, but I'm not. But I could. I grew up playing Minecraft, so it's nice just sitting here casually playing it like I am now. That's my take. And you know, I think everybody should at least at some point just sit down and go, "Hey, I want to play Minecraft," and then they play Minecraft. You know, everybody should sit down and play Minecraft at some point in their lives. It'd be chill, you know. I don't know. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff like that recently. I'm playing Minecraft right now as the background footage just because like I'm thinking about like content I used to watch when I was younger. And like I've brought up those like points all the time. Just I used to do this thing when I was younger. I used to do this thing when I was younger. And like I don't know. Kind of nostalgic, but also you can't let nostalgia blind you. It's good to move forward at some points. But it's also good to appreciate what was there. And if you really enjoyed it, then that is what matters. You know? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Ah, I forgot it was that long ago. So fun fact about horses in Minecraft. They were not made by Mojang. They were made by a different group altogether. Called it was I actually don't know who made them. I think it was Mr. Crayfish. Whoever made the original Mo Creatures mod for Minecraft. Those people are the ones who made well. Ooh. They made the horse mod. I mean, they made the horse model. They made the horse model. And so that is what's in the game right now. I don't know. I'm not fully certain on what, like, point I was getting at. Just horses were not originally made by Mojang, and I think that is interesting, to say the least. And if you don't think that's interesting, that's cool. I don't really care. I find it interesting, and so that's what matters. I'm not saying what you think doesn't matter. I'm just saying, if you don't care, that's okay. But I personally do, and so that is what matters to my point. If that makes any sense. I think it does. But maybe it doesn't. Who knows? There's a lot of things that do make sense and don't make sense in the world. And, like, some people feel like it's their job to make sense of all of it. But, like, you never know what's gonna go on in life. And that is okay. Because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to know everything that goes on. We just know things. And with what we know, we can just do better in life. So for some reason, I get very, like, philosophical when I play Minecraft. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just like thinking a lot on like my life and thinking about like the steps that I have taken to get to where I am today. And it's like, wow. And then I like also think about like, oh well, these things have changed in my life, and like these things have changed how I view certain things. It's like, well, there's this thing, and then there was this thing. I used to have this kind of thought process. Now I have this kind of thought process. You know, it's very, I'd like to think, interesting. But also, I could just be spewing bullshit. At the end of the day, it's all up into interpretation. You know? And I interpret this to be cool, I guess. I don't know, I'm just having a good time playing Minecraft. Chatting to nobody listening. And I mean, like, people at least watch the gameplay stuff, and I'm having fun doing all that. Speaking of which, something I meant to say earlier, Night in the Woods, fully done. It's coming out right now, as we speak. It's coming out day by day. Obviously, it doesn't come out today because today is this, as you're listening. You know, every Friday podcast. If I remember to upload, if I don't, then then there was nothing out that day. But if I remember, like I said, podcast. Hooray! Podcasts are fun to make because I just get to yap. But what's also fun to make is just like the actual gameplay videos where I sit down and like I'm just like fully into the game, I'm fully immersed, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm doing this thing. Speaking of which, right now I've like in the midst of doing Judgment, like Gears of War Judgment, and that's been fun, I guess. I say I guess because like Gears of War Judgment is kind of like the worst Gears of War. I don't think like that's a controversial take. I think that's just like kind of known. It is not a good Gears game. I mean, it's like okay, but still, I have more fun with literally any other Gears game than I do the Judgment. Mm. But it's all down to personal preference. Who knows? Judgment might be someone's favorite Gears game. I'd be confused about it, but it could be. And you know what? If it is, more power to them. It's got me thinking about like just Gears in general. Um, for like 10 or so years, no, more than that. Like, because I found it 2 years ago. There was a Gears of War GameStop trailer. I didn't realize it was a GameStop trailer, but there's this Gears of War trailer that I've been looking for literal years, like literal years. Oh my fucking god! Sorry, a baby zombie attacked me in Minecraft and it scared the living hell out of me. Holy moly, Minecraft is a horror game. Can you believe it? It's not a horror game. Although I do watch a YouTuber who plays horror game, or not horror games. I mean, I do watch a YouTuber who plays horror games, but that's not who I'm talking about. There is a YouTuber I watch who plays horror mods in Minecraft. And I like that content. I think it's good content. You can tell me if I'm wrong, though. I don't care. It's a good time, I'd like to think. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you could feel with literally anything. It's all up to interpretation. I've been thinking about like Minecraft YouTubers I used to watch. Um, well, not Minecraft YouTubers, because the channel I'm about to talk about is not a Minecraft. Wait, I talked about this in the last episode, actually. Never mind. However, what if I just talked about it again? That would be funny. Oh yeah, that Digital Circus episode came out. Though I said my friend and I were gonna watch, and we watched it, and like it was neat. It was neat. I thought it was cool. They loved it. I was not expecting that ending. That was an insane ending. It was cool though. It's got me curious on what the hell they're gonna do for the end. But like, we'll see. That's in like June. I can wait. She can't. She's gonna lose her goddamn mind. She's a good friend though. Chat with her a bit. Actually, chat with her a lot. Like a lot. It's insane how much I chat with this person. They drive me crazy. They don't actually drive me crazy. However, I like to joke that they do. Because it gets on her nerves, and that's funny to me. Because I'm evil and horrible. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm evil and horrible. And I blow up toilets. And I flood deserts. And I burn crayons. I literally can't think of anything. Who the hell burns crayons? I mean, I know there are people who melt the wax of a crayon to like use for something else, for like another arts and craft project. That's not evil. Do not hire me to be evil. I'll just suck at it. As evident with me trying to come up with me being like some evil plot. I failed miserably. I should be ashamed. I don't care. Well, like, what if I should? Nah, I'm good. The madness. There's no madness. Oh my god, it's March, and I said the word madness. I don't watch football. And I'm not gonna go do the whole, but what if I did? I refuse. I do not want to watch football. Nothing against people who do. I just don't want to. And hey, if you do, more power to you. Speaking of which, I'm gonna leave all this here for later. Speaking of which, I actually think I talked about that when it happened. So, never mind. I'll explore all this later. I'm gonna, like, actually go build a house. Did I even mention the last game in that, like, list of games? God, I am so distracted. I'll just say that. Yeah, distracted. The list of games that I want to do for YouTube. Hollow Knight. Undertale, Republic Commandos. My question to you all. Which one would you want to watch? That was the whole point of, like, my questionnaire. Is what would you want to watch me play? I'm personally down to do whatever. Whichever one is more requested. of me. But I hold no strong opinions for it because um I'm just down to do whatever. I've never played Hollow Knight. Uh I have played Undertale and I have played Republic Commandos. I have not played the Xbox port of Undertale, and I don't own an Xbox port of I don't own an Xbox port of either Republic Commandos or Undertale. And so I'm asking all of you, which would you rather see me play? What would you want to see me play? I ask because, well, I just want to get your opinions first of all, and second of all, it's a fun little question. It's just what you want to see, you know. I like to hear the preference of those who watch because your opinion to me is important. But I just like hearing what you have to say. And like, I don't know, I'm enjoying like doing a lot of stuff. And I mean, I'm going to have a lot of stuff that will just be coming out in the future cuz like I'm going to be doing Republic Commandos, not Republic Commandos. I mean, I might if you say that's what you want. I'm going to be doing the Gears of War games again, just to have better playthroughs on my channel. Like I'm already through Judgment, like I said, and then after that will be 4 and 5, and then Hive Busters. But it's not going to be back to back to back because I'm going to like put like a different game in between the Gears of War games, just so that way it's not Gears of War back to back to back, and people get sick of Gears of War. I'm going to do like some spreading out, like oh, I mean, I already said what's coming out after Judgment. I'm going to do fucking Jedi Fallen Order. And I'm not going to be able to do Survivor until I get a new Xbox. But I'm going to do Fallen Order. And it's going to be fun. I heard like the optimization for Survivor is like egregious though. So I'm not looking forward to that. Even if I play it on like a Series X, if I get one, I'm not looking forward to it because, like I said, I heard that game is just has egregious porting. Optimization is what I meant to say. It has egregious optimization, which is a shame because I like Fallen Order. At least I think I still do. I enjoyed it when I played it, like when it came out. But like I don't really remember much in that game, so that's also why I want to play it for the channel. Just because like, oh, it's a new thing. And then I proceed to play the new thing. I mean, the game's not new, it's new, dude, it's something different on the channel. Like hell, maybe I'll even like do the fucking Battlefront 2 campaign. Even though I'll be so honest, I kind of don't. I love Battlefront 2. That's not me saying I dislike Battlefront 2. I just am not a fan of the Battlefront 2 campaign. It was kind of just like a whole nothing. Whole lot of nothing. But you know what? That's okay. I don't know. There's a lot I can think about. There's a lot I do think about. But I don't think that really matters. Or maybe it does. I don't know. Should I be the judge of what matters and what isn't? Do you call upon me to justify any of this? I have no fucking idea what I'm saying. I am just blabbering on because someone gave me a platform. What's my platform? Me. And who gave it to me? Also me. I just decided to do this randomly. And I haven't stopped. I mean, I've had like hiatuses. Hiatuses I would have much rather not have done, but we're out of my control. But, you know, it's all good because we're here now. We're vibing and we're having a good time. At least I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? I don't know. I can't read your mind. You can put it in the comments though if you are. And I'll be like, wow, I'm so glad you're having a good time. Or I'll be like, wow, I'm so sorry you're having such a horrible time. I can't believe Sasquatch ate your entire liver. I would not wish that fate upon anybody. Sasquatch eating your liver? That's horrible. That is horrible. I can't believe somebody would do that to you. Would you do it to me? I don't know. I don't know why any of you listen to me. I say the most fucking insane bullshit. But people listen. And I'm not fully sure why. And that's not like a, oh God, I can't, like, why do you people give me attention? It's a, I genuinely don't know why you keep coming back here. This may be some form of sadness that you have. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean either. I just assumed that you said, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Or maybe you laughed. Maybe I got you to laugh. Maybe you thought that was funny. I've been thinking real hard about bringing guests on the show again. You know, I did that like a good chunk of like last year. In fact, last year I say last year, 2024. A good chunk of podcasts last year, or a good chunk of podcasts in the year 2024. I had guests on, like a good chunk of them, and I think that would be fun to do again, like bringing guests back into the fray. Problem is getting anybody, because I don't think any of those people are active anymore in the server that I used to just do that in. I used to sit in a server to specifically do Rip's Talk Show, so that way if anybody can join in on the episode at any point, just because it was a fun idea. And I had fun doing that. I thought about like doing a uniquely formed episode about where I do one-on-one interviews. I'm still playing around with the idea, and nothing's concrete. I still haven't even reached out to the people I want to do that with yet. Where I just be like, hey, let's schedule a time to sit down and just chat it up. And like those episodes would just, I would record them not in the time frame I usually record these. It'd probably be like, oh, okay, I'm recording this on a Saturday, and it'll go up on like the next Friday, you know? And you know what? I think that would be rather good, entertaining even. Just something I've been thinking about and what I want to do. Because, like, why not, you know? I know a lot of interesting people who have, like, interesting lives. And who have had interesting, you know, like, hobbies. And, like, some people I could even talk to who have really interesting channels who people probably want to know more about. And I know a good chunk of those people personally. So then, like, there could be just, like, us maybe not even talking about, like, I don't know, someone's animation career. It could be, like, just like, hey, you remember that game night we did that one time? And then we just had a good time? And that person would be like, yeah, I remember that game night that one time where we had a good time. I'm like, yeah, that game night that we had that one time where we had a good time. That was so fun. And you're like, yeah, I remember that game night, that one night where we had a good time. This is the same as me when I fail at jumps. This is literally that same bit. But now I'm doing it in a podcast. If you don't understand what I mean by the me when I fail at jumps bit, you gotta go just you gotta go find it. Speaking of bits that like you do with your friends, I keep thinking about this bit that I did with Denmark where I just go, we gotta get out of here. And it was because it was just because of we were playing CE. We were having a good time with that. I always have a good time with CE. And we were just playing CE, and we were, and that was just like the bit of the session where it's like, good one, Chief. Thanks, Chief. And I think fondly on that bit just because, like, that was our first playthrough of Combat Evolved together because, like, Denmark plays on a PC and Xbox and PC are not crossplay when it comes to every campaign except for Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I find it abysmal. I find it abysmal that Halo 5, not 5, what? I find it abysmal that Halo Reach is not cross-platform. Like, what the hell do you mean? What do you mean? That's insane. They should really get on that. Anyway, I'd like to say, I think that's all we will have time for today. So I will say, thank you all so much for listening to today's episode of Rip's Talk Show. If you liked what you heard, let me know in the comment section below, because guess what? Spotify and YouTube both have comment sections. If, like I said earlier in the episode, if you have recommendations for playthroughs you want to watch me play, please let me know. I am all ears. I'm genuinely curious on what you want to see me do. So please, let me know. But with that being said, thank you all so much for listening. I will see you all in the next episode of Rip's Talk Show. Unless you watch me play games, then tomorrow there will be a Night in the Woods video. Anyway, goodbye, everyone.